All right, guys. England versus Croatia. It's coming home. It's coming home. Football's coming home. Or is it? They begin their World Cup campaign against Croatia, who in the last two World Cups got a made a final and then got third place. So this is going to be a tough Croatia team. It's a newish team. They still have some veterans from there, but also a lot of interesting young players coming up. England with a very interesting lineup. They've left some players at home, like Harry Maguire. That was a big one. And then the Chelsea midfielder, Cole. How am I just blanking on these names? The Cole fella from Chelsea. How did these names just... Somebody will say it in the chat. Yeah, they've left some interesting players at home. Cole Palmer, duh, thank you. Cole Palmer, not there. Harry Maguire, not there, and a few others. But Thomas Tuchel's doing what he thinks is best, and he will either be vilified or glorified based on how England perform. So let's see how they do today against Croatia. Personally, I'm rooting hard for Croatia because watching the Brits crash out around football is one of my favorite things. I should have more of a soft spot for the Brits, especially, the English, because I lived there. But somehow I never really got a soft spot. I have many English friends who are lovely. Yeah, no Foden. That's another one too. But, I don't know. It's just fun to watch the Brits be like, we're winning it all, and then failing once again. 60 years. 60 years since England last won the World Cup. There are very few people alive who saw that happen. So let's see how this goes today. How are you guys doing? They're going to play like terrorists under Tuchel, says Fumar Mota. He ruins football with his tactics. Yeah, but you know what? The man has proven to be very effective in knockout tournaments, right? So even though he's not the best manager, let's see how England do. Sometimes he can surprise you. And I will say, I don't think England are very hyped in this tournament at all. Oftentimes, England goes into a World Cup or a Euros, and when they're very hyped is when they really underperform. And when everyone is like, England, nah, that's sometimes where they surprise you. So let's see how this goes. Did you watch Ronaldo's stinker today? I actually did not. I did not. Let's see what happened in this game. Did they beat Congo? I'm sure they beat Congo. 1-1. Oh my God. 1-1. Portugal and the Democratic Republic of Congo ended up drawing 1-1. Portugal, supposed to be one of the dark horses on Fraud Watch. Wow. João Neves, and then they got the equalizer. Interesting. And Ronaldo did not play well, huh? My last $2 to you and TAC for the non-stop coverage. Thank you, Carlos. But if all you have left is $2, buy food. Incredible header by Congo. Half English, half French, and rooting against both. Go USA. That's the spirit, Justin Stern. Hey, Mr. Pete. Hey, Jeffrey. How you doing? Ronaldo is straight ass. Oh, wow, was he? I am not totally surprised. I don't know why Portugal is still catering to Ronaldo in big 2026 when he's so clearly past it. I don't know. Sometimes these countries have too much respect for their legends. Brazil does it with Neymar. Portugal does it with Ronaldo. I would say Argentina does it with Messi, but they don't. Messi is still proving over and over again that he can continue to be the man for Argentina, as he did yesterday. Hat trick for Lionel Messi. Probably the greatest ever player to play the game. Praying for a legendary England hate watch. Yeah, we also have Ghana, Panama. Pete, how did you get your hair to look like Iceman's from Top Gun? Honestly, this is like bedhead for me. If I take a shower before bed, I just comb it back and then I wake up like this. So I haven't done anything to my hair. A little coconut oil from time to time, but that's about it. VAR too cowardly to give Messi the red card he deserved. Wait. I didn't see. Was that later in the game? Messi had tack in hell last night. Well, tack watching his rivals, against Algeria, that was always going to be tough. I like England because similar to us, their golden generation has never won shit either. Fair enough. I just don't like them because of banter reasons. Let the England love watch begin. Glad to be here. Welcome, K Plum. K Plum is our English American faithful who, has a foot. Here's my question for you, K Plum. If the US played England, who would you be rooting for? Red card was before the second goal. I must have missed that then. I must have been in the restroom when that happened. Good morning, evening, everybody, or afternoon, morning, and whatever. Yeah. Everybody watching at work, at school, at home. Players are lining up here. Brits love defending their monarchy, which is weird to us Americans. To be honest, when I lived in the UK, I didn't really meet a lot of people that were big fans of their monarchy. I think their monarchy is mostly for tourists. Everyone goes and sees Buckingham Palace and the changing of the guard. And, it's a lot of like pageantry, right? And there's something cool about that in a way. So long as the monarch is really just a figurehead and doesn't run things. But as I understand it, and I don't want to get political here, but as I understand it, talking to a lot of Brits, they do pull a lot of strings behind the scenes in the British government. Now, I don't know how true that is, but in my experience, I didn't meet a lot of Brits that were in love with their own monarchy either. K Plum says, K Plum is the legend. K Plum, you never told us who you would root for if it was the US versus England. Oh, England for sure. The Three Lions is built into me. My grandfather is the reason I moved to the US. He went to every match in Mexico 86, saw the hand of God. Well, fair play. Fair play. But is the US your second team, or are you like, nah, fuck the US? According to David Icke, the British monarchs are reptilians. Man, I don't know. Everyone's got a take. Everyone's got a take. This guy's a reptile. This guy's a turtle. This guy's a furry. Maybe they like to dress as reptilians. Maybe they got lizard suits and it's just fun for them. Maybe that's how they go around in private, dressed as lizards. All right, we're going to go over the starting lineups here. Share screen. Someone says lizard apologist. Why does Kane look so old? He's in his 30s, so he's not that old. Tack stream is full of bots, lol. They're like mosquitoes. All right, so here's your starting lineups. For the England's in a 4-2-3-1, Jordan Pickford in goal, Reece James at right back, John Stones at center back with Konsa, and then Man City's O'Reilly is their left back. Declan Rice and this fella, Elliot Anderson are their double pivot. Anthony Gordon on the left, Madueke on the right, Jude Bellingham as the 10, and the captain, Harry Kane, up top. And then for Croatia, they're in a 3-4-2-1. Livakovic in goal, Josep Guardiola in a back three with Vuskovic, who's been one of the young revelations of the season over in the Bundesliga. Sutalo is the third defender. Stanisic, Josip Stanisic from Bayern is on the right. Luka Modric is in the middle with Pasalic I think he's Inter. No, that's not. He's at Atalanta. And then Ivan Perisic of PSV is still playing at 37 years old. So him and Modric, 37 and 40 years old, respectively, still playing here. That midfield is quite old if you throw Pasalic in there too. I know 31's not that old. But the combined age of these three is like 100 years old. More than over 100 years old. And then Baturina and Sucic are the attacking midfielders, and FC Dallas's Peter Musa starts up top. Let's see the bench. So for England, they've got Dean Henderson and James Trafford are the backup keepers, Daniel Byrne, Jed Spence, Jarrell Quansah, Mark Gahey. I'm surprised Mark Gahey is not starting. Eberici Eze. Jordan Henderson is still there. How old is he now? He's got to be ancient. 36. Kobe Mainu of Manchester United, Morgan Rogers, Bukayo Saka, also not starting, Ivan Toney, Marcus Rashford, and Ollie Watkins, him of the Villa Park. And then for Croatia, Dominik Kotarski, Ivor Pandur, Jue Kaletakar, Marin Pongracic, Martin Erlich, Andrej Kramaric. Kramaric is still there. Wow, another senior from the old teams, 34 years old. Marko Pasalic is also still there of Orlando City, but he's young. Luka Sucic, a different Sucic that you guys know from Real Sociedad. Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic also still there. He's only 32. He's not that old. I thought he was older. Nikola Vlasic, Nikola Moro, Tony Fruk, Ante Budimir, and Igor Matanovic. And I probably butchered half of those names. All right. England is playing in Dallas at the AT&T Stadium. Let's hope the lads have had their beans on toast this morning. Exactly. France bench is better than the English bench. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. This Croatia is more talented than the team that made a final. I don't know about that. I think the team that made the final was more talented. And a lot of the guys that have made that final are still here, but they're older and they're not as good as they used to be. I had beans on toast and eggs for Pete this morning. Yum. You have to have beans on toast and scrambled eggs. That's Pete's worst meal. Do the English have the beans to win this? American bean is good. England's defense. Yeah, I'm a little surprised Mark Gahey is not starting. That surprised me a little bit. And Bukayo Saka also not starting. But I guess we'll see what Tuchel is doing. Maybe he's cooking something. Croatia are old now, to be honest. Still a dangerous team. Yeah, they're still a dangerous team, but there is sometimes a risk with sticking too long with an older generation, right? Modric is still a good player, not what he used to be, right? And definitely, what's his name? Perisic is not what he used to be either. And neither is Sucic. But they've got some youth in the back line and they've got some youth in the attack. So we'll see. We'll see what they can do. Yeah, 100% we should win, says Mr. 420 UK. Cape Verde, Congo, and Qatar all getting draws. Love it. Yeah, Madueke over Saka surprised me too. I was a little surprised that Madueke is there over Saka. As an Arsenal fan, this is a take. Yeah, even as an Arsenal, well, I mean, they're both from Arsenal, but Tuchel loves three in the back, and that's fine. Having three in the back is fine, but you have to have quality there too. Come on, Croatia, says Akshay Talks 9. Saka isn't fully fit to start. Oh, was he injured before the game? Oh, he's injured? Okay. Well, that makes sense then if he's injured. By the way, update. I I ordered a new antenna with a much longer cable. So I'm going to try that. A new antenna with a longer cable so I can put the actual antenna somewhere far outside and hopefully get better signal and get more channels. All right, game has kicked off here. Pete, can you rank these old players by current abilities today? Neymar, Modric, Ronaldo, Reem, Messi. Oh, the top one is easy. The top one is Messi still. After that, I would say probably Modric, Ronaldo, Neymar, and then Reem. Reem's the worst by far. All right, long ball for Croatia, and under some pressure from Peter Musa, they go back to the keeper. England in white. Let me make sure we have the England look clumpy. Well, they got a corner here. Zlatko Dalic is the coach of Croatia. Oh, no, this is a Croatia corner. What am I saying? That's a Croatia corner. Why does FOTMob... Okay, it's finally updated here. 240. So I'm about half an hour behind on Peacock. And they could do nothing with that. Let me see if Fox 1 does a little bit closer time. Fox 1 has been my closest one so far to the time. But when this, hopefully, fingers crossed, when this antenna arrives tomorrow, England versus Croatia. Let's see if Fox 1 is better compared to FOTMob. Pete, have you seen Zlatan dogging on Lalas on Fox? I just don't care. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely better. I'm about 15 seconds behind on Fox 1. Look, I don't care about Alexi Lalas does everything he does for clicks and drama and engagement. None of it is intelligent. None of it is interesting. None of it uplifts the game in this country. In fact, it does the opposite. And all that Lalas serves to do is confirm stereotypes that the world has about Americans, is that we are stupid, braggadocious, unintelligent, and, say stupid things. So I don't really give him the attention that he wants. And I don't care what Thierry Henry and Zlatan say about him because all of that is manufactured by Fox to get clicks and views. I'd rather focus on the football than what some moron is saying on TV, frankly. Now back to England. Harry Kane with a terrible pass. Come on, Harry. Lots of Croatia having the ball at the moment. 5 minutes in. Ball over the top for Peter Musa. Jordan Pickford comes out to clear it. Dude, what are all these bots, man? Get lost. All right, England have a bit of the ball here. Anderson, Reece James, blocked. Croatia win it back. England not having a good start so far. They look quite poor. O'Neal goes all the way back to Pickford. Pickford looks like he spent so much time in the sun, he's just perpetually red. Long ball over the top. Madueke can't keep it down. That'll be a Croatia throw. Guardiol with the throw. Gvardiol. Any Croatians in the chat? Can you tell us how to pronounce Gvardiol? Is it Gvardiol or is it just the G silent? Lala speaking to Henry and Zlatan. Hey guys, the three of us, between the three of us, we have like 1,000 career professional goals. Yeah, exactly. 998 of them are between Henry and Zlatan. Misael, the drummer, every single stadium has been packed. Yeah, for the most part. There were one or two that had a couple of empty seats, but like 90% full. Oh yeah, people, hit that like button if you haven't yet. Croatia also got third place at the 98 World Cup. I think that was their first World Cup as a nation, Croatia. 98 World Cup, they got third place. 2018, they made the final. 2022, again, third place. This Croatia generation has done so well for them. They've gotten as close to winning a final as any nation that's never won it before, right? Them and the Netherlands, I guess, would be the other one. And for a nation of 3 million people to make a World Cup final is very, very impressive. Sup, Pete? Let's go, Croatia. Google claims it's Guardiol. Guardiol. So I guess the V is pronounced W. No robust domestic league. Yeah, but they send all their players to the leagues that matter, and that's all you need, right? If your league can serve as a development league, and then you send them to the top 5 leagues in Europe to play, you'll have a great national team. Penalty for England. Oh my God. Penalty for England. Oh, Modric foul him. Madueke comes in. Ah, yeah, that's goofy. Modric didn't check his shoulder. Didn't see Madueke coming in. Ah, that's a penalty. Yeah. Kicked him in the box. Penalty for England. Harry Kane will step up here. How many international goals does Harry Kane have so far? Harry Kane has 79 international goals. This would be his 80th. He is England's top scorer ever, beating Wayne Rooney and Bobby Charlton so far. Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry. Score a goal. It's really fucking simple. Wow, why does he look so nervous? You're Harry Kane. Ref calls it. He stutter step saved. Oh my God. Harry Kane choking. England choking at the death. Not 1-0 for England. Anthony Gordon will take the corner. That was a terrible penalty. You know, when I saw Harry Kane's eyes, remember I said, what did I say? He looks nervous. And you can tell in the eyes sometimes if it's going to be they might still score, but you could tell a bad penalty. Is he making him take it again? Did the keeper come off his line? VAR check? Is he having them retake it? Oh, God. Yeah, he did come off his line. Keeper stepped off his line early. All right, he's going to retake it. He's going to retake it. Yeah, they encroached. Encroachment. That's the correct call. All right, let's see if Harry can do better this time. Come on, Harry. You've got this, lads. I'm just here for Pete's British accent. Stop looking up at the stands. Harry, get off the... He's focusing on the fans. All right, second penalty. Harry Kane retakes it after encroachment from Livramento. He still looks nervous, though. I think he'll bury this one. There we go. 1-0 to England. 1-0. Harry Kane scores it. 1-0. He wasn't even off the line. England bailed out. No, he did. He was off the line, guys. In the replay, I saw him come off the line before he hit the ball. You have to stay on the line. And it was a much better penalty, too. Someone goes, for fuck's sake, why didn't he do that the first time? Yep. All right. England 1, Croatia 0. Let's see what England looks like now after this. Keeper had a foot on the line. Player entered the box too soon. Oh, really? Is that what they said? Oh, so it wasn't the keeper? I can't hear the sound because I have to keep the sound off, so I don't know what they said. Maybe it was encroachment from the... Jordan Pickford. Long ball for nobody. Croatia still have the ball. Luka Modric gives it out wide. Guardiol. How did they give him 2 tries? So the encroachment, some player ran into the box before you take it. The rule is all the players have to stay outside the box. And apparently there was an encroachment on the first penalty. But it's early, guys. 13 minutes in. Croatia has the opportunity to do the funniest thing here. The problem with Croatia is they have not sufficiently refreshed that generation of players, right? I mean, look, if your striker is Peter Musa playing in MLS, that tells you a little bit about your level of talent and the talent that you're developing. And they're still in midfield. They're still using a lot of the old midfielders, right? Perisic is still there. Modric is still there. And they were great players in their day. Come on, Musa. No. Good defending by Bellingham there. Corner. Nick Kruger said, thanks for all you do. Hoping Friday goes well. You're very welcome, Nick, and thank you. Yeah, let's hope we get that win against Australia. Oh, sorry, I missed this one. Adam Folds, I don't know if you already answered this, but do you think Pulisic plays on Friday? I think so. I think they're being extra cautious with him, but I think in a World Cup game, they're going to start Christian Pulisic. All right, here comes England again. Madueke blocked corner for England. Was the penalty legit? Look, people were talking about stutter steps. Stutter steps is a weird one, right? Because according to the rules of the game, you are just supposed to take 2 or 3 steps and then hit it. But stutter steps have been going on for so long in the game, it feels like maybe something that FIFA needs to look at because they don't seem to penalize them, right? Technically, a stutter step is a change of pace, not a cessation of movement. It's part of the game. It is very much part of the game, and it has been for a long time. And so long as it's allowed, it's debatable. I personally don't think there should be a big problem with how you take a penalty so long as you take it properly. Like, it's supposed to be you versus the goalie. If you put too many rules around how you can run up to the ball, I think you kind of destroy it. I think what makes it fun is that there's different strategies and tactics and Panenkas and then goalies deciding to stay up or go down. Goalies, look, it is heavily weighted toward the striker, of course, but that's the point of a penalty, you know? Yeah, the Jorginho hop, we've had that for God knows how long. I see it as gamesmanship. It's just been part of the game for so long. We're all going to make it, Pete. Fuark. You mean for Friday? So England having Harry Kane coming very deep there. Harry Kane playing like a 6. Player X912 says, I'd change the rule and allow players to enter the box once the penalty taker has started moving. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate that. That means you got to quickly shoot. England having the ball. Is your bird chirping in the background? Yeah, that's the bird. It's not my bird, but it's outside my room on the tree. Imagine getting tackled from behind for stuttering. Wow. Oh, England? No. Livermonte gathers. Pete, on current talent, do you think the U.S. is better than this Croatia? I mean, Croatia's starting striker seems to be an MLS player. And Perisic, didn't he recently play for PSV? I think he still plays for PSV. Yeah, I mean, you have a case to make. I would say their backline and goalkeeper are definitely better than ours. Between Guardiola and even this young kid from Vuskovic in the Bundesliga looks very, very good. I think their back line is definitely better. Their goalkeeper is better. I would argue we have a better attack right now. I mean, Modric is still a great player, but you've seen him at Milan. He's not what he used to be, right? And then, yeah, Perisic, I mean, the dude is 37 years old and definitely playing for PSV. Not terribly, of course, but also, compare that to Pulisic, right? Pulisic versus Modric. I'd say Pulisic is the better player right now. Oh, England steals it. Balogun is definitely better than Peter Musa, for sure. Alex says Croatia's most experienced players are a little past prime, so I think they could have a chance. I would argue they are well past their prime. Both Modric and Perisic are well past their prime. Well past. But Guardiola is incredible center back. Vuskovic is very good center back as well. I think their back line is very solid. The question is where are goals going to come from? Two aging midfielders I mean, Sucic is still a very good player. Oh, Bellingham. 2v3 for England. Bellingham, is he going to go all the way? Yeah, come on, Job. No, that's not Job. It's Jude. Come on, Jude. Hey, Jude. You lost the ball. All right, what are Croatia going to do here? They have created nothing in the opening 20 minutes. Peter Musa, a Berhalter striker. Ball over the top. For who? For who? World Cup is the best time for history and geography lessons. This is true. On paper, England have a strong midfield. Yeah, no, they're strong everywhere, for sure. Few question marks in their lineup, but they still have a strong team across the board. All right, guys, 500 people in the chat. Let's hit that like button if you haven't already. Quiz time. Can anyone name all of the Balkans countries without Googling? Ooh, that's tough. I don't even know if all of these are technically in the Balkans, so someone correct me if I'm wrong. But Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, Albania, are Romania and Bulgaria in the Balkans? Macedonia for sure. Is Macedonia as part of the Balkans? Kosovo. I think that's it. Oh yeah, Slovenia, Slovakia. I'm just not sure if Bulgaria and Romania are technically in the Balkans. I don't think they are. No, Yugoslavia does not exist. Oh, we're back to a hydration break in an air-conditioned stadium, people, so that Fox can show ads. God help us all. I hope you guys are watching on Telemundo. Right? Like, if enough people switch to watching this tournament to Telemundo because of these ads, that you have to vote with your wallet, right? That's how it works. You have to vote with your wallet. Vote with your eyeballs. Put your eyes on the channel that won't show ads during the hydration breaks. How dare you, Pete? In Soviet Yugoslavia, country drives you. Have been loving the Telemundo cast this tournament. Hungary is not Balkan, says K-Plum. Okay, good to know. Czechia is not Balkan also. That I knew. Telemundo showed an ad, but it was one on the border of the screen like an L shape. Yeah, that's very different than cutting away from the game completely. That's a very different thing. Pete, I was hoping Yunus Musa to be in the roster. Wonder why they didn't bring him on when he was our top player. So, Abdelai, I don't know if you've been following recently. Musa was very good in the 2002 World Cup, but he's struggled a lot in the last few years, both for the national team and for Milan and for Atalanta. He's struggling to get playing time. Now, that's the same for Gio Reyna from a club perspective, but Gio Reyna still performs for the national team, whereas Yunus Musa has not. Now, that being said, I would still have brought Yunus Musa over a guy like Christian Roldan, 100%. But also, Musa didn't make this easy on himself by refusing a Gold Cup call-up last summer. If you're Christian Pulisic, you still shouldn't do that, but you might be able to get away with it. But if you're Yunus Musa and you haven't really performed for the national team and then you turn down a Gold Cup call-up, you can't be totally surprised when the coach is like, okay, fine, not bringing you back, right? All right, we're back from the hydration break. Goal kick for Croatia. Do you think Reina will revive his club career or come back to MLS soon? I have no idea. Look, my honest take on Gio is that maybe he'll be good for this World Cup, but I do worry about his long-term health. The pace of the game seems to have passed him by. He just looks slow. And I think a lot of that is the injuries. And before, he wasn't the quickest runner necessarily, but he was quicker on the ball. He seems to put his foot on the ball more, to take more time to pass it. And I think that's a lot of the reason why he struggled at a top level. I think a lot of it is the injuries. You know, he's had so many injuries at just age 23. But we'll see. I'm rooting for the guy. I hope he can get his career back on track. But frankly, right now, all I need from him is a good World Cup whenever he's on the field. All right, Croatia having a bit of possession here. They've really created nothing in this first half an hour. All right, Modric, Guardio. What time are you at? Oh, let me pull up the thought mob here. Thought mob is at 27:01. I'm at 26:53. So I'm about 10 seconds behind the game. I hope England blows this lead and gets grouped. I promise you right now, they ain't getting grouped. In fact, I would be very surprised if any of the big boys get grouped. You have much more margin for error now with that third place. You could literally go through with one win, or one win and a draw. You're very likely to go through. Milan hired the guy that was at Man United. Yeah, Ruben Amorim will be there. Poor Pulisic, man. Poor Pulisic. Can't catch a break with some of these coaches. Oh, Croatia. Oh my God. Musa, what was that? Mex Boy says, you think Pochettino will stay or will he leave? Honestly, I have no idea. I think a lot of it for him is going to depend on what his job offers are after the World Cup. If he has a really good World Cup with the US, takes us to a quarterfinal or beyond, I could see Argentina coming in for him. I really could. I could see Argentina trusting him with the next generation, the post-Messi generation. If I had to put money on it, I would say he's more than likely going to leave. Like if I had to put money, I would say I think he leaves. I don't think he's going to stick around. I think he's going to leave and then just wait for a club job to be. Even if he doesn't have another offer, I think he's going to leave and then wait for another club job, like to become available. Because once the season starts, managers will get sacked. You know, he might be looking at that Real Madrid Jose Mourinho situation and going, I don't know how long Jose is going to last there. Is Harry Kane playing the six? Honestly, sometimes it looks that way. He drops really deep between the center backs. Croatia cross, flicked on, headed away. Modric brings it down. Klopp or bust? I would love Klopp. I think that would be so cool to have him. And I think he fits this group a lot better than a guy like Pep does. But let's be realistic. Very likely neither of those guys are going to want to coach the US. So this is an interesting thought. Pete, I feel the big boys in the World Cup took this game off on purpose because they know they can go through in third. Why push yourself? I feel they just want 4 or 6 points to go through, push in the knockouts. Maybe. The problem is if you end up getting third place in these groups, then you have a much tougher matchup in the round of 32, and you could go out in the round of 32. So I don't know if that's really the case. Fair point from Joe. No way he goes to Real Madrid. Poch couldn't handle the egos at PSG. Real is way worse. Agreed. But oftentimes, guys, coaching. Whoa, England almost scored again. Coaching hires are not always rational, right? Sometimes they ignore the data that is in front of them. Like, look at bringing back Jose Mourinho. Is there any data that Jose Mourinho is going to be successful at Real Madrid, considering his last 3-4 appointments and where he's been and how poorly it's gone? No, there's none. But he's got this aura and he's got this history, and Madrid's like, let's give him another shot. Coaching appointments are not always rational at the highest level. If Pulisic can't play Friday, who's your 11? Great question. So I think very likely it will be Gio if Pulisic can't start on Friday. I think he will start. But if he can't, one of two things will happen. Either Gio will replace him outright, or Berhalter will come on and sit next to Tyler Adams, and then Malik Tillman will play up further up with Weston McKennie. One of those two. Okay? But what I would like to see is, Balogun and Pepe together up top. I think we could, watching them combine together around that Aussie defense could be very interesting. Jose can manage egos, Pete. Can he, though? Managing egos is one thing. Getting results is the other. Where has Jose gone recently that makes you think that he could get a result with a team like Real Madrid? Also, just look at the playing styles. Real Madrid is a bunch of Galacticos who don't want to run and they want to showboat and just play when they get the ball. The problem is they have nobody to do the work of the pressing, the dropping back, and that's all of Jose Mourinho. All Mourinho wants to do is defend, low block, counter, set pieces, transitions. That's not how Real Madrid play. And I don't know if he's going to be able to get guys at Real Madrid to do that. I just don't understand. Jose might clear house. Who knows? But a lot of the guys at Real Madrid are not available for sale, and you can't just sell them. Like, what are you going to sell Mbappe for? 200 million? 250 million? Nobody can afford that. And nobody's going to pay that for a cancer room, for a cancer in the locker room. All right, Croatia. Ball over the top. They have done absolutely nothing, Croatia, in 33 minutes. Jordan Henderson giving away a very unnecessary throw-in. Croatia have just looked so poor, guys. So poor. Do you think we can shore up our defense by Friday? I mean, in terms of players, the only way to really shore it up would be Austin Trusty for Tim Ream. But that's not going to happen. In terms of shoring it up outside of just changing personnel, I certainly hope so. Because Iran Kunda and Toure can both expose that back line very easily. Hope Poch has something up his sleeve, because our defensive organization has been awful. Awful. P, could you see Jurgen Klinsmann trying to coach this team? This is the team and quality of players Jurgen wanted to coach. I think he would do better this time around. Do you agree? So Trinity, I think as an inspirationalist and as a big picture guy, Jurgen is very good. The problem with Jurgen is that he is terrible tactically. And you could argue that that sometimes makes more of a difference for, a national team than a club. But his last appointment at South Korea did not go so well. I don't know if Jurgen Klinsmann would do better this time around, but I personally don't think we should go back to Jurgen. I think we should be looking for other elite coaches with proven track records in the world, the way we did with Pochettino. A lot of people want BJ. And there's certainly some evidence that BJ would be very good. My only question with BJ is the lack of experience outside MLS and CONCACAF. I know he went to a World Cup as an assistant coach for sure. And if we're going to go MLS, Croatia, shot, goal, 1-1, 1-1, beautiful shot from outside the box. Croatia with the comeback. 1-1, guys. 1-1. Should be 1-0 Croatia. Beautiful strike. Beautiful strike. Whoof. Off of Jordan Henderson's fingertips, but that was almost unsavable. It was, he maybe could have done better. It's tough. That's a great strike. That's really, really tough. Dang. Wow. What an incredible belter of a goal. Baturina. All right, 1-1. We've got ourselves a game, lads. I don't think Freese is better than Pickford, guys. Yeah, I think this is fair. Player X says, I think an elite keeper saves it, but it did have some pace. It had some pace, and it was also curling. Yeah, I don't think that's like a Pickford mistake. All right, 1-1. Let's laugh at Pingland. Yeah, I think BJ is a safety. That's right. 49, Tony, I'm with you there. BJ is a safety option. If the elite coaches that you try to recruit turn you down, BJ should be the last resort. The last resort. USSF said they will keep going for Poch pedigree. Yes, they did. Yeah, I heard JT Batson talking about it on ESPN FC, and he was saying, we believe that to be a world-class organization, we have to attract world-class individuals, and the same thing applies to our men's head coaching position. So I think that was his way of saying, I don't think we're just going to stop. Now, it could be all talk. We'll see, right? U.S. soccer loves to talk about shit. But to his credit, they did get Pochettino. So let's see what they do with the next coaching hire. I think especially if Poch goes far in this tournament, it's easier to justify to the board, right? Because the board, including Don Garber himself, is probably going to want an MLS coach. But if you go, listen, we went so much further, paying a little bit more money to an elite head coach, let's keep going with that. Let's not go back to our old ways of hiring somebody in MLS just because they're an American, right? So, but who is an elite level coach available? Well, let's wait until after the World Cup, right? Because after the World Cup, there's going to be a bunch of coaching carousels. See who does well and who's maybe out of contract and might be interested in coaching the U.S. I will say Jurgen Klopp is available. I know he's the head of the project over at Red Bull, but he's not coaching, right? And maybe if he wants to get back into coaching, the U.S. could be an interesting project for him. If he doesn't want a club job. I think he'll want a club job at some point again, though. I don't know. I mean, look, guys, if we get Pep, obviously I'm going to be thrilled because of his pedigree. And, hopefully he can also do a lot for the interest of the game to get Pep. But I'm going to be very honest. I'm not sure that Pep is suited to the international game. And I'm also not sure that Pep is suited to the U.S. men's national team with the caliber of players that we have. Joachim Low has not worked in over 15 years. I would not go Joachim Low at this point, guys. I would not. That to me is like, dude, what has the dude done since he left Germany? Nothing. Klopp already said no, though. Klopp said no last time. He said no last time, but that was 4 years ago, right? Well, it wasn't 4 years ago. It was 2 years ago. Maybe if the US, looks good and goes far in this tournament, and also Klopp has been showing up at New York Red Bull games and seeing some of the young players they have. Maybe Klopp looks around and goes, if we can add Kevin Sullivan, Adri Memeti, Matisse Albert, Xavier Gozo, Julian Hall, Snyder Brunel to this project, see if we can get some good center backs and a good goalie in, this team could be able to go really deep in 2030. So Matarazzo is not bad. The problem with Matarazzo is he just joined Sociedad. I don't think he's looking to leave them anytime soon. Klopp or Pep or else Pellegrino. Nothing else. I don't think Pellegrino's coming. England score! England score. Harry Kane with another one. Bullet header from a corner. Oh my God. England score 2-1. Jesus. Harry Kane cannot be stopped. 2-1. England in the lead before halftime. No, we do not want Cherundolo or Berhalter or Schmetzer or Nancy. The only MLS coach I would maybe be okay with is BJ. But even then, I don't think that should be our priority. I don't think we should be interviewing MLS head coaches. I think we should start trying to get a good coach from abroad. Fucking hell. Come on, Croatia. That was a great header. Great header from Harry Kane. Thomas Christensen, I don't know, guys. Let's see how Panama does in this World Cup. He needs to do a little more with Panama because otherwise it's mostly just CONCACAF experience, right? I don't know if, again, I'm looking for an elite coach. Thomas Christensen is not an elite coach. Southgate, absolutely not. No Southgate. You cannot have a Brit coaching the U.S. men's national team. I'm sorry, you just can't. Just like you can't have a Mexican coach. Those are the two ones you cannot have. Culturally, you just can't do that. Jesse Marsh is not coming, and he also has a long contract with Canada now. David Wagner. I don't think David Wagner is even coaching anymore. Where is David Wagner these days? Yeah, I don't think he's even... Oh, he's in charge of youth development at RB Leipzig, but he hasn't been a professional coach for a long time. Roberto Martinez. Let's see how Portugal does first. The problem with Roberto Martinez is Belgium had a poor last World Cup. And you could argue it was their generation was fading and stuff. And sure, that could be an outlier in an otherwise very good, coaching resume. But if Portugal also flop out, then it's going to be a no from me for Roberto Martinez. Would you take Tata Martino? No, I would not take Tata. Guys, elite coach. We should be looking at elite coaches, not guys who are, stuck in MLS and CONCACAF because they can't get a job outside that. Hervé Renard, no. Unless he does something incredible with Tunisia. I don't know, guys. Herv has struggled too in many places. Free kick for England. No, I would not take Miguel Herrera either. No, absolutely not, guys. Definitely not Bob Bradley. Didn't Roberto win the Euros with Portugal? No. The last Euros was not Roberto. It was Spain. It wasn't Portugal. It was Spain. Guys, you're not getting Zidane. You're not getting Zidane. Zidane's waiting for that French job. No, Scaloni is leaving Argentina to take a break. I don't think he's going to want to coach the U.S. Ange Postecoglou? Maybe. Maybe. It would be a lot of possession, no defending. I interview him. Could interview Ange Postecoglou. It would be weird to see an Australian coaching the US, but you know. How about Mourinho after Mbappe fires him? I don't think, guys, Mourinho, we're going to go back to being the US that we were before. Just plucky defense merchants. Klopp was burnt out, but he loves football international. Yeah, Klopp is, I think, probably your best bet. I mean, it's not your best bet. It's the ideal hire. If you're going to get, if you said, Pete, right now you could pick any coach in the world, I would take Klopp. All right. Our project's something many managers want, though. And I think this is going to end 3-3. A lot of managers want to have a project, right? To take the US from being a, look, let's see how we do at this World Cup first. But let's say we make a run. From being a decent to good team to being a team that can compete for a World Cup title, that's a very interesting project, you know? Or not compete for a World Cup title yet necessarily, but become a regularly a semifinalist at the World Cup, right? And I think this is going to end 3-3. It could. You've already got 3 of the goals you need here in the first half. Tab Ramos has had no success as a head coach outside of the U20s, right? He's failed at Houston, failed in the USL. I don't think he's a good option. Would Luis Enrique fit the USMNT? Where is Luis Enrique now? He's coaching PSG. Why would he leave PSG? No, you don't want Wijnaldum, guys. Guys, you can't just look at people who used to be players. You have to look at people with a very consistently good head coaching record at high levels. At high levels. You can't just like Wijnaldum would be the guy can't even no. Arteta, guys, I'm not talking about head coaches that are currently winning trophies in Europe. I'm talking about guys that have done well at the international level or guys that have done really well at the club level but currently don't have a job. That's what you got to look at. Not Arne Slot. Xavi still unemployed. Oh, shot from Croatia just wide. Xabi Alonso. Maybe Xabi Alonso, but he feels like still a young coach in the game. And it didn't work out for him at Real Madrid, but he did very well with Leverkusen. I think Xavi's going to get another good job. He just has to be patient. I don't think he wants to go into international management just yet. I think he wants to do something interesting, and there's going to be a lot of options. Not Gus Hiddink, guys. This is not 2006. Please. Please. Gus Hiddink is ancient. He's old as the hills. Lopetegui. I would be open to Lopetegui. Let's see how he does with Qatar. I mean, good start. They got a draw against Switzerland. I'd take a draw against Switzerland. Lopetegui could be interesting, but let's see how. I mean, look, for Qatar to get any points is incredible in that group. So the fact that they got 1 point is already incredible. Let's see. What if he beats Canada? What if Qatar beats Canada? Then you'd have to look at Lopetegui, right? Jermaine Jones has no coaching experience outside USL, guys. Oliver Glasner? Maybe. I'd interview him. Unai Emery? Yeah, but Unai Emery is at Aston Villa. Oh, Croatia scored. 2-2. Steven Spada might be right. Steven Spada might be right about 3-3. 2-2 for Croatia. How did I miss this goal? Oh, my God. Yeah, this England back line is. Let's see how they played it. Over the top. Ooh, is he off? Is he off? Oh, wow. He might be off. Let's see if they. Oh, Musa with a good finish. I think he might be off, though. Oh, he got very lucky with that shot. Very lucky with that shot. Let's see if they review it. Halftime? They're not reviewing the goal at all? Interesting. Maybe because it was arm. His arm was the only thing that was offside, and it doesn't count if it's a non-scoring part of your body. All right, 2-2. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Who's your biggest manager inspiration? I don't know if I have one. I took more inspiration from young up and coming coaches that left the comfort zones of their home countries and went to coach in Asia or in the Middle East or, in different parts of the world that they were not familiar with in order to develop themselves as a coach. I mean, obviously there's a lot to like about the way that Klopp's teams have played. I like the way Pep's, I don't really know. I'm going to be honest. I don't really like Pep's teams. I just think that it's a lot of like the coach joysticking the game. And I know it's effective if you have all the best players in the world, but I don't enjoy his style of football as much. Let's put it that way, and he's always had the best teams with as much money to spend as he could possibly want. And so it's just kind of like, yeah, and he's a very good coach. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't know that like anything he does is that inspiring to me, to be honest. Is Klopp's priority to get the Germany job? I mean, maybe. We don't really know what Klopp thinks, right? That German job may be available if Nagelsmann leaves after the World Cup. Diego Simeone. I don't think Diego Simeone is ever leaving Atletico Madrid unless it is to coach Argentina. I don't think he's going to leave Atletico unless Argentina offers him the job. And even then, he may not take it. He's been there for so long. This is a much better game than yesterday's France-Senegal game. Yeah, definitely. I'm a little surprised no Guehi there. No Mark Guehi for England because I think he's probably their best defender. All right, defense on both sides suck. Yeah, the defending's not been great today, for sure. Hansi Flick, once he leaves Barca, I don't think Hansi Flick is leaving Barca anytime soon. You have to think about who's going to be available this summer, guys. Definitely not Bielsa. Definitely not Bielsa. Please. No. Bielsa refuses to adapt. He always starts well, and then it always ends poorly. No, I don't think Bielsa would work. Joe saying USA has been one of the most cohesive teams so far. I mean, I would say Argentina looked pretty cohesive against Algeria. I'm here, Pete. What's up, bud? Hey, Kevin. Thoughts on Pulisic calf? I mean, I know as much as you guys know, right? He's not training with the team. I think my guess is they're being cautious with him because they don't. Maybe Pulisic himself is even like doesn't want to fully train because he's nervous about it getting injured or damaged again. But I think he will start against Australia. All right. Are there American coach prospects for the future? Yeah, I mean, there's a few, right? There's Pellegrino Matarazzo, who's an interesting one. Maybe after 2030. We'll see. And then Michael Bradley. Let's see how Michael Bradley does over the next few years. A lot of people are asking for him. I personally think, Michael Bradley is so new to coaching and still just getting his feet wet. I don't think he should be in consideration for 8 years at least. Like maybe the 2034, 38 to 38 cycle. Other young American coaches, I mean, you look around at a guy like Mike Varas, what he's done with San Diego. That could be very interesting. I don't around MLS, BJ, relatively young, I guess. BJ, Mikey Varas, Bob Bradley. kind of it. All right. Greg again. Hire the bald man again. He will take us to the semis. God help us all. Can you imagine? We go deep in the World Cup and then they bring back Greg Berhalter and we're all just like, oh my God. I think I would quit. I think I'd quit. I'd be like, no, I'm not doing this again. What about Cambodia's coach? What does England lack, Pete? I think they need more creativity in that midfield, personally. So a lot of the burden is on Bellingham to do it. But I get it. I mean, some of their players are injured. I don't know why they didn't bring Phil Foden. Personally, I would have brought Phil Foden, especially if Saka is kind of injured. But more than anything, their back line needs shoring up. I would have Mark Gahey on the field. Tell us how the lads played in the first half like an English commentator. Nah, I'm okay. I don't know if I have the energy for that one today. Don't give him any ideas, Pete. Yes, Triple G. Let's get vertical on the wings. Andrew says, I'd stop following the team, dude. I think a lot of people would if they brought Berhalter back. I think a lot of people would be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thierry Henry really wants the U.S. job. Yeah, and he won't get it. I'm sorry, but his record as a coach is miserable. Couldn't even succeed in Montreal. Couldn't succeed in France. Absolutely no Thierry Henry. He's not a coach. It's just not his personality. He should be absolutely nowhere near the U.S. job. Fabian Hertzeller could be an interesting one, but I think, is Fabian Hertzeller still? He's very young, guys. He's very, very young. He's only 33 years old. And he's got a good project going at Brighton. I don't think he is going to leave to coach the U.S. anytime soon. Anytime soon. Remember Berhalter having the team with the most crosses in the World Cup? Oh my God, guys. That World Cup still gives me nightmares. Still gives me nightmares. Edin Terzic. Interview him. I don't know. Will Graham Potter be available? Maybe. Maybe if Graham Potter leaves Sweden. But do you want an English coach? Do you want an English coach coaching the U.S.? I don't know about that one. Pete, would you take Louis Van Gaal? No, guys, please, with the dinosaurs. No dinosaurs, okay? No Arsene Wenger, no Joachim Low, no Louis Van Gaal, no Gus Hiddink. No dinosaurs, please, please. How is the old Columbus Crew French coach doing, Wilfred? He doesn't have a job right now. He doesn't have a job since he refused to adapt at Celtic and got rightfully fired for overseeing one of the most disastrous tenures in their history. No, guys, please, Dick Advocat with these. Oh my God, you guys with these dinosaurs. No dinosaurs. No English coaches, no Mexican coaches. What current U.S. players do you think would be the best coaches? I think Tim Ream could be a good coach. I think Tyler Adams could be a good coach. Other than that, it's hard to say. It's hard to know what they, maybe Chris Richards. It's hard to know, really, who has coaching in their future because they're all so young. Kevin Keegan. Kevin Keegan. Roldan, maybe. I don't know. I'm still not on the hype of Roldan. Such a great. I just don't. I think a lot of this is marketing hype to try to force him onto the team. T-Rex. They're related to emus. We'll beat Australia. Moriyasu. No, guys, you're not going to hire a Japanese coach to coach the U.S. And also, what has Moriyasu done with Japan, right? They've done well enough to get out of the group last time. But they still haven't gotten past that, right? I don't know. For the talent that Japan has, I think they should have done a little better by now. than just a second round group stage. Not Bob Bradley. Again with the dinosaurs. Again with the dinosaurs, guys. Please. Nobody over 70 years old. Steve McManaman. LOL, want Big Sam Allardyce. Oh my god. That's like the king of the dinosaurs. Like if there was a dinosaur nation, he would be the king of it, Sam Allardyce. P, did you see Berhalter, Bob Bradley, and Bruce Arena have a show on FanDuel now? Yeah, I saw them. I saw them doing that. I have no interest in anything those three have to say. Bruce Arena 3.0. Let's fucking go. Sean Dyche. Oh my God. Let's have a word from our sponsor, guys, because we could really go off the deep end with this imaginary coaching search. Speaking of FanDuel, we, of course, have them as a sponsor. So let's take a look at the World Cup odds for the games for the next few days. Okay, so we've got Brazil, Haiti. Haiti is at plus 2,000. I don't think Haiti's going to win. I think at best, Haiti could get a draw, and even then, I think that's unlikely. Scotland, Morocco is interesting. Scotland at plus 450. Morocco's a very good team. I probably wouldn't mess with that one. Mexico, South Korea, Turkey, Paraguay. I think Paraguay are better than they gave themselves credit for against the U.S., and I think they could catch Turkey napping here at plus 300. Netherlands, Sweden. I mean, Sweden did a great job against Tunisia. Is it going to translate versus the Netherlands? I don't know. Ivory Coast, Germany, on the other hand, could be very interesting. I don't think Germany were that good against Curacao. And you could argue they didn't really turn it up for Curacao, and maybe you'd have a case. But I don't know about that. I probably wouldn't put money on that. I think Ivory Coast at plus 500 could be very interesting. All right. Oh, we got another super chat here. Kearney, how is Hervé Renard doing? Well, Hervé Renard was fired by Saudi Arabia and now just took over Tunisia, who fired their coach after the opening game against Sweden. So it'd be very interesting to see how he does. He's got 2 games, and I just don't know. Seems like you can't do much in that short amount of time. Thoughts on Donovan thinking he can fix the youth system? Donovan is one of those people that I admire as a player, and I completely tune out when he talks because this guy has had so many bad takes and he says so much nonsense, and I just don't buy anything he says. I just don't. Hugo Perez never really got El Salvador to punch too high above their weight. I'd want Hugo Perez involved maybe with youth development and recruitment, scouting dual nats and recruiting them, or maybe as like a technical director. Him or Tab Ramos, I think, would be better technical directors, but not head coaches. All right, guys, I'm going to run quickly to the restroom before the second half starts, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Let's see how it's going. Thanks to everyone who's sending super chats, by the way. Really appreciate it. Oh, check out the let me bring up the 11 Yanks Patreon. We're going to do a live stream probably tomorrow night after the Canada game. Let me pull that up here for you guys. A lot of people have been signing up for Patreon. I really appreciate it, guys. That's what's going to keep this channel going in the long term, honestly, because World Cup hype and World Cup excitement is fine, and I love it. We all love it. But I know it's going to die down again after the World Cup. So if you want to help support the channel long term and keep us going till 2030, Patreon is a great way to do that. We have a couple of things that are important. Let me pull this up here. Share screen. So this is our USMNT versus Paraguay breakdown, 35-minute breakdown of the whole game. Other than that, we had player comps like Kevin Sullivan versus the Ivory Coast, special live streams, Q&As just for Patreon members. And then, of course, during the year, when we're not in World Cup time, when players are with their clubs, we have, guys who can we have goals and assists from every USMNT player, American player, really, in MLS, Liga MX, and Europe. So check that out if you want. All right. Game's about to kick off for the second half here. Let's pull up the FOT mob again. Anyone else hate watching Canada and Mexico? We're going to hate watch Canada versus Qatar tomorrow. That will be my stream tomorrow. Canada versus Qatar. And then, of course, Friday, it's all the U.S. versus Australia. And then later, we'll also stream Paraguay versus Turkey later in the evening. So I'll have 2 streams tomorrow. Well, more than 2 streams. 4 hours with the U.S. and then 2 hours Paraguay and Turkey. More bots. They keep finding us, and we keep banning them. Second half's about to kick off. It's 2-2. Not looking good for England. Let's see if they can come back and score here. I think some people are saying Emma Hayes. Look, I think, honestly, I'm not saying women cannot coach men, because I believe they can. But I think if you want the U.S. men's national team job, you should have proven success with several men's teams already, right? Whether that's club teams or national teams. I don't think you want to just give that job to somebody and say, well, they have no experience coaching the men's team, which is a very different game. It's a much quicker game. You have much more talent to contend with. They can absolutely do it. I just think they need to prove it at the club level or other national team levels with the men first before you give them the most high-profile men's team in the game, right? All right. England here trying to get something done. No subs for either team, it looks like. Double check that. Yeah, no subs have been made. Second half, let's see. England down the line. They're 2v3 here. He's going to shoot. Goal. Goal. Jude Bellingham. 3-2. Steven Spada might be right. You might be right. This might be 3-3. Jude Bellingham makes it 3-2 for England. Wow. 5 goals this game so far. Great run by Jude. Jude Bellingham, 3-2 to England. Croatia's back line looking pretty suspect too. Whew. It's going to be like a 3-3 game. What a start for K-Plum. Yeah, Croatia's aging, guys. They really are. Oh, crap. My hate watch is going badly. I know. Same here. Same here. It's not going well. But my friend Josie told me, she's German. She also hates watching England. And she's like, I actually want England to get further because it's so much more glorious when they lose. Oh, here comes England again. Jude, shot, saved. Damn. Great game for the neutral, for sure. Definitely a great game for the neutral to watch. Whew. All right, corner for England. Declan Rice takes it. Heads down. Go. Ooh, not a goal. Just wide. Just wide by O'Neill. O'Reilly, not O'Neill. What am I saying? O'Neill. O'Reilly. O'Reilly with the header just drags it wide. Say anything. This World Cup has already delivered with the thrashings and the multi-goal bangers. Yeah, it's been a great World Cup so far. Outside of the hydration breaks, which have sucked, everything else has been really good. Atmosphere has been good. Games have mostly been entertaining. Big names are stepping up. Messi, Haaland, Mbappe, Kane, Pulisic, Balogun, all the best players in the world. Saka's injured, Ford. Saka's injured. If England wins, I will shout in a good way because I'm supporting England. That's fair. England fans should definitely support England. Madueke is playing instead of Saka because apparently he's not quite fit to start yet. Croatia. Watch Croatia come out and score third. I don't know, though. Yeah, the underdogs have been really good. There's been a lot of fun underdog stories this World Cup. Not all of them, but some of them. Long ball from Croatia. They really don't seem to have a cohesive idea of what they want to do with their attack. Free kick for Croatia in a dangerous spot. That's some good work there. Baturina winning a dangerous free kick. Imagine bringing Madueke instead of Foden or Palmer. Yeah, I don't really understand Foden getting left out. All right, Modric cleared. They headed down. Jude Bellingham. England breaking now. 2v2. Terrible pass by Anthony Gordon. Modric was the last center back there. That would have been funny. Ooh. Pressing. Clears. All right. O'Reilly has it. Some good work by O'Reilly there. Declan Rice. Shot saved. Decent shot by Declan Rice there. I mean, it's a decent save. It's a save you're supposed to make. It's not a great save. It was right at him. It's not a great save. All right, corner for England here. They clear. Declan Rice gets some space down the wing, puts in the cross. Croatia headed out. Another corner for England. Wonder if Croatia are going to start making some subs at some point. Madueke leaves it to Reece James. Big switch. Declan Rice heads it down. Ref says no foul. Goal kick for Croatia. Long ball. England clear. Declan Rice. Jordan Pickford. Back to Pickford. England slowing the game down a little here. O'Reilly. Back to John Stones. England passing safely along their back line here. Back to Jordan Pickford. Pickford out wide. Interesting build. Kane playing so deep for England. So deep, like a 6 in the build out. Nice ball from Kane out wide to Madueke. Madueke tries to get, what's his name in? And no, cleared. Cleared. Oh. Where are the bots? We got him. We got him. All right, another corner for England. It's been all England this half. All England. Corner, header, saved. Oh my God, England almost scored again. Cleared. Woo! This should be 4-2 to England. Cross. Oh my God, what is Croatia doing? What is Croatia doing? This is not looking good for them. Good header by O'Reilly, saved, and then Gordon heads it down and he saves it again. Keeper can't quite collect it, and then Croatia clear. Another corner for England, Declan Rice to take it. Declan Rice. Long ball, punched out by Croatia. England will not let that go out. Yep, they'll take the throw. Another crazy cross from England. Looks like it went out. Harry Kane brings it down. Madueke. Back to Kane. 1v1. Shot. Saved. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This goalie is saving Croatia's ass right now. England still coming. Jude over the top. Kane misses. They clear. Whew. This game has been on fire. Yeah, Croatia are so rattled. So rattled right now. They need to get it together. But England need to score, right? Because if this spell of pressure, you don't score, and now Croatia goes up the other end and pops one in, now it's 3-3, and all your good work is for nothing. But great keeping from the Croatian keeper. Livakovic is really good. Where does Livakovic play, actually? Dinamo Zagreb. Dinamo Zagreb in the Croatian league. All right, Modric is off. That feels about right. To bring on another veteran, Kovacic. Kovacic is a bit younger than Modric, who is 40 years old. Kovacic is... Where is he? Oi. Where's Kovacic? How is he not here on the bench? Did they take him off the bench since technically he came in? That's weird. Oh, there he is. Kovacic is still only 32, so he's a lot younger than Modric. Still in his prime. Yeah, this is a good game. If you're a neutral, this is a great game. If you're a Croatia fan, it's not so much. 3-2 to England. Should be 4 or 5, to be honest. Jordan Pickford. Long ball from Jordan Pickford. Croatia clear. Guardiola with the clearance. England win it back. Croatia can do nothing right now. Nice footwork by Jude. Jude Bellingham. John Stones. John Stones back to Jude. Good turn. Passes it out to Reece James. England moving the ball really well. John Stones inside. England lose it. Croatia throw. Livakovic. Long ball. England collect. Over the top, looking for Harry Kane, nothing. Looking for Anthony Gordon, nothing doing. It's looking like a US-England final in NYC. Real Madrid wish they got this Bellingham. Yeah, man. Where's this Bellingham been all season? How is Croatia 11th in the world? Mostly because of what they've done in the past, right? Mostly because of that. Ooh. Pickford almost under some pressure there. John Stones fouled as he was trying to clear the ball. How is Perisic still on the field? That's another guy they need to sub off. He's been really poor today. Half an hour left. England are really slowing down the tempo of this game now. Just trying to starve Croatia of the ball. You think Croatia is getting gassed? I mean, most of them are youngish players. The only really old one left on the field is Perisic, right? He's 37. Even Kovacic is only 32. So I don't think so. Look, Guardiol's still very young. Musa's only 26. Vukovic is what, 19, 18, 19 years old? I don't think they're that old. They have two guys on the field right now who are over 30. Perisic and I think Stanisic. No, he's only 26. Sutalo's not old. He's only 26. Yeah, like Pasalic is 31. Okay, so 31 and 30. There are three guys over 30, but two of them are 31 and 32, which is really not old in football. Really, the only oldie on the field right now is Perisic. Modric is 40. That's old for football. Man, look at the legends that are retiring after this World, or should retire after this World Cup. Lionel Messi, Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo, Memo Ochoa, but he's not really playing much for Mexico. Tim Ream, the great legend. Luka Modric. Who else? Help me out, guys. Who are the guys that are very likely retiring after this World Cup? I would argue that Perisic should probably retire after this World Cup. Oh, here comes Croatia. Oh, he's off. He's off. Corner. Jordan Henderson. Yeah, wouldn't call him a legend, but sure. Miles Robinson. Kante. Yeah, N'Golo Kante. For sure, Kante. Dzeko, De Bruyne. Yeah. Honestly, Lukaku should also retire. Lukaku, De Bruyne. What about Ener Valencia? How old is Ener Valencia now? He's got to be mid-30s at least. Yeah, he's 36. Ener Valencia should also go. Free kick for England. Yeah, I said Ronaldo already. Honestly, Courtois, maybe retire from international play. Neuer, yeah, for sure. Neuer, God, definitely Neuer. Kimmich, could make an argument for Kimmich. Are you watching Ghana? No, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to do a live watch along for Ghana, guys. Trying to stick to one live watch along a day unless it's on a US day. So tomorrow I'm going to do Canada, Qatar, and then after that, maybe go. And then after that, I just saving myself for Friday. Raul Jimenez. Yeah, Raul Jimenez is for sure one. Anthony Gordon? Nah. Robbed. Harry Kane? I mean, Harry Kane's only 32. He might keep going until the Euros. I think it's too early for Harry Kane to retire. He's like 33. Right? So, and he's still performing very well. I think he should at least stay until the Euros and then see how he feels. TAC is going to do Mexico versus South Korea, guys. So TAC is going to do the live watch along for Mexico, South Korea. I'm going to do Canada, Qatar. So we figure between the two of us, we can give you 2 live watch alongs per day. It's hard to do all 4, but we can do 2 of them. Bernardo Silva, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Casemiro, I think, probably. Jack from Deadball TV sometimes does a third. Well, there you go. Between me, Tack, and Jack, you can get, that sounds like a buddy comedy, doesn't it? Pete, Tack, and Jack, 3 soccer fan YouTubers, go on a World Cup tour, and the hilarious hijinks along the way keep you laughing. Should have our own reality show. The life of a soccer YouTuber. Sadio Mane, thank you. Mo Salah, oh my God, of course. Yeah, Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, huge legends of the game. Tim Payne. Over the top. Madueke is 1v1. Madueke is so bad. What has he done? Riyad Mahrez, yeah, that's true. Sunil Chetri. He wishes he could go to a World Cup. Son. I don't know if Son's going to retire. He probably should. Probably should. Chris Wood of New Zealand, yeah, that's another good shout. Definitely Tim Ream. God, please, Tim Ream. Miles and Roldan should retire, not because of age, but from just being garbage. England just playing keep ball right now. They're not letting Croatia touch the ball. Ball over the top. Kane heads it down. Anthony Gordon, shot is blocked. What happened to England's spell? They had a really good spell there in and around the Croatia box, and they were creating chance after chance after chance. Oh, England making a sub. Ollie Watkins? No. Rogers is coming on. Mario Götze. Götze's already retired. He's not playing with Germany, is he? Is Götze in Germany? No way. Götze's long gone, guys. Long gone. Otamendi. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Definitely Otamendi. Otamendi retires for sure. Otamendi and Messi. Honestly, so should Rodrigo de Paul. Should also retire. Argentina, however it goes at this World Cup, badly needs a refresh. I think it's going to be tough for them with, Messi and Otamendi still around. Probably John Stones' last World Cup, but he may not retire. He may just not be good enough by the next World Cup. Emi Martinez is still relatively young. James Rodriguez for sure, he's done. Emi Martinez is only in his early 30s, I think. Right? Yeah, he's only 33, Emi Martinez, and he's still playing at a good level. He definitely has another World Cup in him. Granit Xhaka, yes, Xhaka from Switzerland. Alisson, yeah, I can see Alisson. Alisson, Casemiro, for sure. Thomas Meunier, you could argue, at Belgium. Definitely De Bruyne and Luka. This is the point, and it's a good one. Anyone coached by Tuchel in a knockout is the real title contender. That's the difference between England of the past. They never had great coaches. But now they've got a coach who has a proven record of winning knockout tournaments like the Champions League. And that could really benefit England. Okay, Saka is coming on. Rodgers and Saka are coming on here for England. Let's see who comes off. Morgan Rodgers is coming on for Declan Rice. And then Saka should be on for Madueke. That makes the most sense. No, it's Anthony Gordon. Madueke stays on. Oh, no, it's Madueke. Oh, 3 are off. Saka, Rashford, and Rodgers. So Madueke is off. Anthony Gordon's off. Declan Rice is off. All right, ball is with Croatian keeper right now. Still 3-2. England have not taken advantage of this spell of possession to increase their lead at all. I mean, they'll take 3-2 if that's the end score, but there's still 20 minutes to go. Oh, here come Croatia. Perisic still on the field for some reason, and he loses it. Dude, what is Perisic doing on the field? Dude is 37 years old. Oh, no, that wasn't Perisic, but Perisic is still on the field. Yeah, Chucky's not in their roster, guys. He's not even playing for San Diego. He's just collecting a paycheck at San Diego right now. And Mexicans has such high hopes for Chucky Lozano. Kind of a disaster career for him. Ever since the Netherlands, he's never been the same. Wasn't the same at Napoli. Came back to the U.S. Didn't do anything with San Diego. Long ball for England. Croatia headed down. Can Croatia do something here? They've shown nothing in this second half to make you believe they can. And England have the ball. Harry Kane leaves it. Bellingham, Saka, Croatia clear. They kind of got in each other's way there. I do remember those Chucky versus Pulisic debates. They were hilarious. Mexicans really thought they were even in the same stratosphere because he had one good season at PSV. Whoa, whoa. Oh my God, keeper had to come all the way off. Croatia living so dangerously here. I remember that video of yours, Pete. Lozano and Pulli in the thumbnail. That's still one of my most viewed videos to this day. Mostly Mexicans watching it and getting mad at me. Croatia having a little spell of possession here in their own half. Very slow tempoed from Croatia. Very slow tempo. Pete, are you going to any World Cup games? No. I didn't like the prices. I didn't like paying ridiculous amounts of money. And also, I'm committed to streaming here and being with you guys during the World Cup. So no, I won't attend a World Cup game. Maybe Morocco, Spain, Portugal in 2030. I could stream from there and still attend a couple of games. We'll see. We'll see. Come on, Croatia. Over the top to nobody. To nobody. Croatia has done absolutely nothing this half. Nothing. Do an updated version of that video, maybe after the World Cup. But I'll be honest, it would be mostly Americans in that starting lineup. That one was interesting because the U.S. wasn't as good yet, so there was still a good mix of Americans in that starting lineup. Now, where would you put? I mean, maybe Cesar Montes. Cesar Montes and Johan Vasquez probably have a case for the back line. But other than that, you look around, I don't think any of them would slot into our starting lineup. Like, who? You could make an argument for Raul over Balogun, but I think Balogun is better right now. Honestly, I do. I think Balogun is better. And I just don't see anybody in that team that I think outside of the two center backs is better than anybody in the U.S. in their position. Mora doesn't even start for Mexico. And who would he start? In the midfield over Tillman and McKennie? There's no way. There's no way. Shot from Croatia, very poor, but Pickford can't hold on to it. Thankfully, there's nobody there to follow up. Goalkeeper, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know about that, to be honest. Their goalkeeper didn't look that good against South Africa. He looked kind of nervy. Croatia still has the ball here. Guys, Ochoa doesn't even start for Mexico. All right. Come on, Croatia, score a goal. It's really fucking simple. Put the ball into the net and we'll go fucking mental. Oh, Croatia in the box. Crossed, blocked. Good block by John Stones. Corner for Croatia. No? Offside? Dang. Nick Vincent, 100% right here. Obviously, still really excited about this World Cup, but man, I think the USA will be better by 2030. I expect just better depth by then, especially with the young guys we have coming up who are hungry and talented. I agree, especially in the attack. I think our attack, which is already deeper than it was 4 years ago, is going to be even deeper 4 years from now when you add guys like Gozo, Hall, Albert, Sullivan into the mix, right? Plus, a lot of the guys that we have now are still going to be there. Almost everybody on this team is still young enough to play the 2030 World Cup, if you think about that, right? Doesn't mean they all will. Tim Ream won't be young enough. Miles Robinson will technically be young enough, but he should not be there. Roldan also should not be there. Berhalter, let's see how he does. He's going to go to Europe, and I think maybe if he can maintain a certain level, he might be in the mix, but I think we'll have better 4 years from now than Berhalter. So, yeah. But all of our best players are all still young enough to play in the next World Cup. The oldest two are McKennie and Pulisic, who will be 31, which is still plenty young enough to play in a World Cup. Think about that. Those are our oldest two players that are of the top level players. Bellingham being subbed off here. All right, 10 minutes to go. Roldan makes the starting 11 for Mexico. I assure you he does not. All right, John Stones here. England getting defensive, as they should. There's 10 minutes to go. Why not play defensive? See out the win. But I'd say the better way to do it is to hold on to the ball. Deprive Croatia of the ball. If you did a CONCACAF top 11, it's Canadians and Americans. Not a single Mexican makes that lineup. That's a great point. You could argue Derek Cornelius and Moise Bombito at center back would probably be better than Cesar Montes and Johan Vasquez. You could definitely argue that. And then a goalkeeper, I don't think anybody's got a great goalkeeper right now. I don't even think Jamaica's goalkeeper is necessarily better at this point. I think goalkeeper, you could throw anyone in there, whether it's Matt Freese. Who was the Mexico goalkeeper who started? Because it wasn't Ochoa. Who started for Mexico against South Africa? Rangel, that's right. Navas? Where is Navas these days? Yeah, Tala Rangel. Where is Navas? Is he playing in Mexico? I thought he retired. No, he still plays for Pumas. Incredible. I guess he's 39. That makes sense. He could still do it. Yeah, he's in Pumas. Yeah, you could make an argument for Navas, honestly. You could make an argument for Navas for sure. But you could make an argument for Krupo. I don't think I don't think it would be an American goalkeeper. I think 8 or okay, well look, if you did a England, Madueke, shot, saved. No, that's not Madueke. Madueke is off. That was Watkins. That was Ollie Watkins. Yeah, Blake, I don't know. Blake's getting a lot older now, and he's not what he used to be. Hasn't been that great for Philly this year either. Honestly, I think the only Canadians that would make it would be Alphonso Davies, Derek Cornelius, and Moise Bombito. Where else would they make it? I don't see anywhere else on the field that a Canadian would make it. Jonathan David is not better than Balogun. So where else would a Canadian make it into that midfield? It would be 3 Canadians, 1 goalkeeper, insert name here, and then it would be 7 Americans. It would be 7 Americans, 3 Canadians, and 1 goalie, maybe Navas, 1 Costa Rican. So there would be no Mexicans. That you're right. There would be no Mexicans because Derek Cornelius and Moise Bombito are both better. If you went a back 3, it would be Chris Richards and with Derek Cornelius and Moise Bombito on either side. If it's a back 2, Mexico doesn't stand a chance. Oh, Croatia almost in behind. Pickford comes out to punch, not very convincingly. Creates a little space. His cross is blocked. I don't think Buchanan is better. Do you think Buchanan is better than Dest right now? As that wing back? I don't think he is. Edson would make the squad, but not the starting lineup. He wouldn't make the starting lineup. Long ball. Cleared. Adams is better than Edson Alvarez. Two up top, Balo and Raul Jimenez. I mean, if you want to make them go 2, I guess the best, if you're trying to find a way to include the best players, you could go 3-5-2. That's fair. You could go 3-5-2. Alphonso Davies is the left wing back. Serginho Dest is the right wing back. Richards, Cornelius, and Bombito are the back 3. Your midfield would probably be Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, and Christian Pulisic. That would probably be your midfield. And then up top it would be Balogun and Raul Jimenez. So that's the only Mexican that would make it. Oh, here comes England. They're 5v2 in the box. Oh, 4-2. Game over. 4-2. Marcus Rashford. 4-2. All right, 4-2. Croatia really in the mud here. Really in the mud here. They're going to have to figure some shit out before they play Ghana. This is not looking good for Croatia. Oof. And England had many more chances too. This could have been 6 or 7 too. But for some good goalkeeping. K Plum, you must be very pleased. Isak is going to have a bad day. Yeah, poor Isak. All right, another substitution for England. John Stones coming off for Mark Gahey. Wow. Mark Gahey coming on. I think Mark Gahey should have started. All right, England having possession now. I think Croatia's just had the stuffing knocked out of them. They've created nothing in this half. Like nothing, not a single decent opportunity, really. And England have been so dominant second half. All right, here comes England. Coming again. What is he wearing? Is that a jock strap? What is he wearing on his chin? Is that like a jaw protector or something? England's just a better team. Oh, yeah. By far the better team. Talent wise, definitely the better team. Am I scared of England? No, I'm not scared of them. They're a very good team, but they're beatable. They're beatable. They conceded 2 goals to Croatia. They're a beatable team. Also, we're not slated to face England. The chances of the US playing England are very low in this tournament. Not until I think maybe the semifinals. Oh, he broke his jaw. That's what it is. Hey, Pete, what teams have impressed you in this World Cup that you think are scary currently? I mean, France, obviously, beating Senegal, Argentina doing well. The US looked really good. Germany, I don't want to say they looked good because it was Curacao. I mean, come on. So the Netherlands have looked good, but it's also the first game. I think you don't really learn as much as you think from the first game, especially in this new format. Let's see how the second games play out, you know? Ivory Coast looks good for sure. Even Ecuador looked very good against Ivory Coast. Oh, here comes Saka. Through the legs and cleared. Harry Kane's done his ankle. 6 minutes. 6 minutes of extra time. Sweden have looked good. They looked good against Tunisia, right? Let's not get carried away. It's Tunisia. Let's see how they look in their second game. Norway also looked good. Norway looked good. I mean, I know it was Iraq, of course, but thrashing Iraq they still looked good doing it. Croatia blocked. Croatia's press looking very half-hearted right now. Pete, would Ronaldo start for the USA? This Ronaldo? No. I would start Balogun over Ronaldo all day. Ronaldo's washed, guys. He's been playing in Saudi Arabia for 2 years. He's 41 years old. He's washed. The only reason he's in the Portugal roster is on name alone. Pete, would Kane? Of course Kane would start for the US. Kane would be our best player. Pasalic, England clear. 4 minutes to go. 4 seasons in the Saudi League. Has it been that long already? That's insane. Time goes so fast. Has it really been 4 seasons in the Saudi League? That's wild. Three and a half. Still. Yeah, 3.5 years in the Saudi League, and you're 41 years old. He shouldn't be on that Portugal roster. And I've been saying this for months. I said this way back when they did the draw. People said, what about Portugal? And I said, it all depends on Ronaldo, but not in the way you think. If they bring Ronaldo, they have less chance of winning it. P, you've been a YouTuber since 6 years and following since 6 as well. Can't believe it. Well, thanks for sticking around, Rutvig. I know it hasn't always been an easy ride. What a bad giveaway. Oh, no, it's a foul. All right, 2 minutes to go. England looks prepared, but they did give up 2 goals. Yeah, I would probably start Mark Gakey in the next game. But let's see, right? First game. I mean, for a first game, this is very good from England. This is very good from England. Perisic is still out there. Taking a corner here. O'Reilly. Go! Go! Saved. Blocked. Really good block by none other than Harry Kane. Now England in the counterattack. 2v2. Saka. Come on, Saka. Oh, is he through? Nah. Oh, my God. Awful. Awful from Rashford. Harry Kane, why is he on the field? This is the second time he's gone down clutching his leg. It was Harry Kane who made that block. There's your cat. Ouch. Oh, right in the solar plexus. That would have been a goal if Harry Kane doesn't make that block. Dude, why is Harry Kane even on the field? Why are they risking it at this point? He should have been off the minute they went 4-2 up. Rashford does well to win the ball back, and Croatia fouls him. Oh, okay, Kane, what was that? Kane pulling a roll down there with that shot. All right, 15 seconds to the 6-minute mark. Perisic, ball over the top. Croatia, Kramaric is on. Cross, easily grabbed by Pickford. Easily. All right, game over, guys. England 4, Croatia 2. Congrats to England. A good start for them. Toughest opponent in the group right now, and they got the win. Croatia do not look good, and they've got stuff to figure out. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Canada versus Qatar. Have a great rest of your day. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Check out the Patreon if you want. And thanks to FanDuel for sponsoring the stream.